A food crisis is on the horizon. Here to talk all about it is Alesha Black. She's with the Chicago Council on Global Affairs, and wonderful to have you here on this critical topic. So set up the issue, because the population is growing very, very rapidly here, and we could have a food shortage on the horizon.
We could. So currently we have 7 billion people on the planet, and even with that 7 billion, we have a little less than a billion that are living on $1 a day and often face insecurity in their food. By 2050, we'll have 9 billion people on the planet, which means we need to double production to meet the increased food demand that population will require. But it's not just increasing production. Those people are also increasingly living in cities, which means further from where food is being produced, which means we also need to develop the distribution channels to get that food to them. It's a new challenge.
It's a challenge, but of course we're in the financial district, and where people see problems, they see solutions and opportunities. So what are some opportunities that you see?
Absolutely. So the biggest opportunity is the vast majority of food production in these emerging economies where urbanization and increased food demand is the greatest are small-scale farmers, and those farmers are also the poorest people in the world. And so access to this new and growing market is going to mean a big business opportunity and a path out of poverty for them. So that's the good news story for them. But it also means we need increased investment by the private sector of all sizes, small and medium enterprises all the way to multinationals. And the estimate is that by 2030, the African food and beverage market will be worth $1 trillion. So this is a big change.
Do you see companies stepping forward to address the food issue?
You do. Increasingly, you see companies investing both on the agricultural production side, so on improved mechanization on farm or improved inputs, all the way up to the retail, processing, and sort of consumer goods side of this. So people are starting to seize the opportunity where middle class is emerging.
There's some criticism from people that we could see more GMOs and just this issue of trying to grow crops quicker by putting in technology. What do you think about this issue?
So I think when we're talking about needing to feed an additional 2 billion people on the planet, any technology that is safe should be on the table for consideration. And I think it's the kind of thing that governments are reviewing themselves in terms of what is safe, what do they want to use in their technological basket. But everything should be on the table if it's safe.
And I know you did a study. So what came out of that study? What are some recommendations or suggestions?
So the study highlights a couple of domains where we could make big strides. One is we really need to focus on improving the policy environment. That means creating an environment where governments are investing in infrastructure around these supply chains, but also enabling the private sector to do their work and creating good conditions for that. The second is we need the private sector to step up and actually see the opportunity, tolerate some risk, and move into these economies. And that's all the way, again, from small and medium enterprise to multinational. The third is we really need to see support for research and development, because we have to stay ahead of this challenge through innovation and train the next generation of scientists. And the final is we really need to see stronger regional trade, because oftentimes food is just on the other side of the border and needs to be moved across.
Wonderful to have you here.
Thank
and
you.
Keep us posted on this really, really fascinating subject. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.